Hi, this is Alex Lifeson of Rush in the studio for Counterparts.
The level of success and longevity of the band Rush has such impressive statistics that I'd like to draw a baseball analogy, if I may, something that Rush members might appreciate. With 1993's Counterparts release, Rush had made 19 albums in as many years. And with the exception of the first album in 1974, Rush has the same nucleus of Neil Peart, Geddy Lee, and Alex Lifeson throughout this incredible career. Rush is the Cal Ripken of rock. Now, in the category of consistency of popularity, Rush is more like baseball hitting and home run great Eddie Murray, quietly assaulting the record books year after year after year. In fact, Rush has released 9 million-selling studio albums in a row since starting this streak in 1980 with the Permanent Waves album. Marathon men such as Cal Ripken and Eddie Murray in baseball and Rush in rock music have to adapt their skills in response to external and internal changes over the long haul in order to remain vital. Rush's 1993 autumn release, Counterparts, had a marked shift in sound from its half-dozen predecessors. So I asked Rush guitarist, composer Alex Lifeson about the first hint of change in discussions.
Actually, it was on the Roll the Bones tour. I remember it, actually. We were sitting on the bus. We were driving to the next gig, and we talked about how we wanted to approach the next record, which was Counterparts at the time, that we really wanted to go back to that thing that I was talking about of getting an essence of the core of what Rush was, or what Rush is, really. I mean, we've spread out a lot and tried a lot of different things, but the most important part is to remember that we are a three-piece band, and that's where the energy comes from. And I think we just reevaluated that at that time, and with Counterparts, we really tried to take that approach with it. We tried to go back to that sort of sound, that off-the-floor sound, and treat other things really as peripheral things, the keyboard development and that sort of thing, and really try to play more from the gut. Someone at the studio found an amp in a garbage pile. It was an old Ampeg amp, and it's an open chassis. You can see all the tubes and everything. And this thing, you had to punch it and kick it every once in a while to get it to work right. But you could fry an egg on it. You could hear it sizzling away in the corner, and that became an integral part of his sound. And again, it was that approach to something raw and just, plugging it in and turning it on and hoping it worked.
Rush with Animate, the lead-off song from 1993's Counterparts, and a potential speeding ticket song if you're listening in the car. I asked Alex Lifeson if he felt there's a lyrical thread of a theme that weaves through the songs on Counterparts.
Well, I guess as Neil started writing, there was a sense of the duality, of being sensitive to both sides of a personality, the female and the male side of everyone's personality, and being more balanced and in tune more with that sensitivity. You know, a lot of those songs talk about that awareness. Certainly Animate, it deals with that awareness of that composition of each person, and each of those songs develops through that thing. I think with Neil, with Counterparts, he didn't want to write so much thematically as he had in the past. He wanted to touch on a number of different things that were loosely tied together. Certainly in the past, there's always been a theme that's run through every record, like Roll the Bones, for instance, the idea of chance and fate. And certainly if you want to go back even further, even more so. But he's, I think, just sort of spreading out a little bit more with Counterparts thematically, not sticking to one thing in particular.
Prior to making the album Counterparts, Rush had become highly developed in the technical world of crafting music in the modern-day digital computerized recording studio. But while on the preceding tour, Rush rediscovered the power of three. Alex Lifeson explains.
We always felt it was important to play as best we could and as hard as we could and as much as we could for the longest time. And as we developed and as our skills in the studio developed, we became almost surgical with the way we made records. You know, every beat had to be right on the money. Every note had to be perfect. Nothing could be even slightly out of tune. And you go in and drop in a lot, you know, notes here and there or whatever. And we really crafted records that way. With Counterparts, we decided that let's stop being so anal about the whole thing. Let's just, you know, play it. And if something's a little out of tune or if it speeds up a little bit here or there, so what? It's exciting. If it feels good, it is good. So we took that approach with Counterparts, and it was really the first time that we finally left behind that very surgical approach to recording. And it was very enjoyable, and I think the results proved that was something that we needed to do. We needed to inject some feel into our music. Not that it was stiff before or unfeeling, just that there's something in a spontaneous take that you can never get back when you start playing it over and over to get it perfect. You lose this energy and this specialness and this magic that you can never get back. So certainly with Counterparts, we really took that tack. If it sounds good, if it feels good, then it is good. And I would think that we would continue going in that direction as well. It's pure for us at this point, and it's a lot more satisfying.
It is the fire that lights itself, but it burns with a restless flame. The arrow on a moving target, the archer must be sure of his aim. It is the engine that drives itself, but it chooses the uphill climb. A bearing on magnetic north, growing farther away all the time. Can't stop moving, can't stop moving, can't stop. You may be right, it's all a waste of time. I guess that's just a chance I'm prepared to take, a danger I'm prepared to face. Cut to the chase, just a danger I'm prepared to face. Cut to the chase. It is the rocket that ignites itself and launches its way to the stars. A driver on the busy freeway, racing the oblivious cars. The motor of a western world, spinning off to every extreme. Pure as a lover's desire, evil as a murderer's dream. Can't stop moving, can't stop moving, can't stop. You may be right, it's all a waste of time. I guess that's just a chance I'm prepared to take, a danger I'm prepared to face. Cut to the chase, just a danger I'm prepared to face. Cut to the chase. Coming up not to care too much about the way things used to be. I love to remember the future, the past has no claim on me. I love not to care too much about what you think of me. But I love to remember the future, when things are to be. Cut to the chase. You may be right, it's all a waste of time. I guess that's just a chance I'm prepared to take, a danger I'm prepared to face. Cut to the chase. What kind of difference can one person make? Cut to the chase. You may be right, it's all a waste of time. I guess that's just a chance I'm prepared to take, a danger I'm prepared to face. Cut to the chase.
pared down to the essence of the power trio sound. That's Rush with Cut to the Chase from 1993's Counterparts album. When we return, Alex Lifeson cuts to the chase on the subjects of musical trendiness and a surprising key to Rush's longevity. I'm Redbeard. That's coming up next in the studio.
Oh, Charlie, it's so beautiful up here in Lover's Lookout.
Yeah, I hope that 6-mile walk up the steep precipice and all that thick brush was okay with you.
Sure, because now we're totally, completely alone.
Going around for...
What was that?
It's...
Trojan Man!
Trojan Man, why are you driving that cool 4x4?
My horse hates heights. And it was the only way I could get here to remind you that Trojan latex condoms help reduce the risk. They're America's #1 condom, trusted for over 70 years.
Oh.
So, Charlie, feeling lucky?
Excuse me?
Enter the Trojan sweepstakes and you could win an incredible 4x4.
No kidding, how?
Jump in, you can hear all about it.
Wait, what about us?
We're talking 4x4 here, get in!
Win a 4x4 of your choice. Maximum retail value $35,000 or one of 5,000 cool Trojan caps. Subject to official rules. To enter and for rules, call toll-free 1-800-4TROJAN by September 9th. One entry per person, no purchase required. Must be legal U.S. resident and 18 or older. Void where prohibited. Odds depend on number of entries. To enter, call 1-800-4TROJAN.
Hey, if you think basketball can get physical, try going one-on-one with a tough case of athlete's foot.
Time out, guys.
And you're benched. See, you get that itching and cracking, even burning. That's when you want a medicine and act stuff. Boom! Tough Actin Tinactin. Clinically proven Tinactin cures even tough cases of athlete's foot. No wonder it's recommended by pharmacists. Hey, you got a tough case of athlete's foot? Get this. Boom! Tough Actin Tinactin. Use only as directed.
What's up, Jim? Hey, Will, where you been? Vacation? Just a trip. One of those all-inclusive deals? You could say that. Exotic ports, nice accommodations, 3 meals a day, air travel. They even let me take the helm. Serious? Who's your travel agent? I didn't need one. I joined the Navy. Wow.
You get amazing opportunities in the Navy, but most importantly, you gain high-tech training that'll really take you places. For more information, call 1-800-USA-NAVY. You and the Navy, full speed ahead. Paid for by the U.S. Navy.
Dealer retains rebate in-stock units subject to credit approval. 60-month leases, $13,740 total of payments, $47.58 lease in value. 626, $15,540 total of payments, $62.50 lease in value. Plus tax, license, $89.50 processing.
Introduction. Reduction.
While the other dealers are trying to clear out last year's models, New Bern Pontiac Mazda is blowing out the 97s. Right now, brand new 97s are drastically reduced for this special event.
Introduction. Reduction.
For example, New Bern Pontiac Grand Ams with air conditioning, dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, and more. No money down, no upfront money, absolutely no money out of your pocket. Only $219 a month.
Introduction. Reduction.
Brand new 97 Mazda 626 with air conditioning, dual airbags, stereo, cassette, 50,000-mile warranty, just $249 a month. No money down, no upfront money, absolutely no money out of your pocket. But hurry, with great deals like this, they won't last long. New Bern Pontiac Mazda sales and service and body shop, Highway 70 East, New Bern.
Have you been furniture shopping lately? Well, it's right hard to know where to go and who to trust these days. Seems like everybody just wants your money. Well, let me tell you about this place in the country where you can buy quality furniture and not have to give up your firstborn to afford it. The name is McMillan Furniture Outlet, and they've been doing it right for years. Old Pete's been around forever, and he really knows how to treat you right. Why, he'll even sit down and chat with you. It's well worth the drive when you find deals like a $2,018 rose sofa and love seat for only $995. Or a $3,800 Broyhill dining room suit for $11.99. How do they do it? Heck, I don't know, but they do it. So drop what you're doing. Get your hat, your wife, your kids, and your dog. And don't go to town. Come to McMillan Furniture Outlet, Highway 17 South. Just spitting distance past the 4 lanes on the right. Big orange building. You can't miss it. You can tie your dog to the porch.
Why do I take Goodies powders? Listen to this. That's music class. That's my job. I teach 3 classes of that every day. And you know what I get from that, besides cafeteria food? I get headaches.
For one tough headache, you need Goodies, because fast-acting Goodies is the only headache powder with 2 kinds of pain relief.
So I take Goodies, and even piano lessons are music to my ears.
Goodies. It gets the job done.
Why do I take Goodies powders? Listen to this. That's a sewing machine. That's my job. I get to listen to that 40 hours a week. And you know what I get from that? Besides a 10-minute break, I get headaches.
For one tough headache, you need Goodies, because fast-acting Goodies is the only headache powder with 2 kinds of pain relief.
So I take Goodies, and I'm ready for overtime.
Goodies, it gets the job done. Use only as directed.
Are you replacing your gas grill burners every 2 or 3 years? If you are, then it's time to look at the new ProChef grill from Jenkins Gas Company. All ProChef gas grills use brass burners that are guaranteed for a full 15 years. Any burner that fails during normal usage will be replaced at no charge. Jenkins Gas Company also handles a complete line of gas logs, fireplaces, water heaters, cooking equipment, and vent-free wall heaters that can now be installed in mobile homes. Stop by Jenkins Gas Company showrooms in New Bern, Havelock, Jacksonville, and Bayboro. Jenkins, the energy company.
106.5 WSFL.
Welcome back. In the studio for the making of Counterparts, the transitional 1993 album from Rush. I'm Redbeard. Over the years, it's been widely known that Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson composed the melodies for Rush, while drummer Neil Peart is the brilliant lyricist. I asked Alex Lifeson if they have a certain method of composing Rush songs, such as on Counterparts.
When Geddy and I start writing, Neil always has 3 or 4 things that he's worked on, and it gives us a starting point. We don't always use it. We don't always start off with the lyrics and then write accordingly. You know, we might do that for a couple of songs, and then Geddy and I just feel like playing, so we start jamming and things develop. With Counterparts, it was the same situation. There were things that Neil had written that we worked to, and then there were other things that developed musically first. Stick It Out as an example. A lot of that was, written outside of the studio. I'd written some stuff for Stick It Out before we went in, and Geddy had a couple of ideas. So we developed that song musically before there were any lyrics for it. And we just kind of put it on hold. We tried a couple of other songs or other lyrics for it that didn't work out. And then Stick It Out came along, and it fit the song, and we just arranged it and developed it from there. But it really goes either way. It depends on what we have to work with and what sort of mood we're in.
Trust to your instinct if it's safely restrained. Lightning reactions must be carefully trained. Heat of the moment, curse of the young. Spit out your anger, don't swallow your tongue. Take it out, don't swallow the poison. Spit it out, don't swallow your pride. Take it out, don't swallow your anger. Spit it out, don't swallow the lies. Natural reflex, pendulum swing. You might be too dizzy to do the right thing. Try under fire, ultimate proof. Moment of crisis, don't swallow the truth. Spit it out, don't swallow the poison. Spit it out, don't swallow your pride. Spit it out, don't swallow your anger. Spit it out, don't swallow the lies. Stick it out. Stick it out. Each time we bathe our reactions in artificial light, each time we alter the focus to make the wrong move seem right. You get so used to deception, you make yourself a nervous wreck. You get so so used to surrender, running back to call the young man.
That's Stick It Out from 1993's Counterparts album by Rush. Not only were the musical arrangements leaner and meaner on this album, but lyrics were personal, introspective, and in the case of Stick It Out, they were emphatic. Alex Lifeson reveals the intent of Neil Peart's words.
You go through so many things in life, and you learn to deal with things, and you learn to not deal with things. And it's really a matter of more of dealing with everything that comes by, and knowing that you have the power and the strength to do it inside you. And it's an easy thing to say, and it's not always an easy thing to do, but that's the bottom line. You know, you overcome these things. Just keep at it, keep working at it. And I don't think he's preaching any kind of therapy, but he's talking about life experience, certainly. And you reach a certain stage in your life, certainly at the stage that I and most of my friends are at, where you start reevaluating your whole life and what it's all about. You know, it's something that everyone goes through, and it just suddenly happens, and so many things seem worthless. And really you have to stick it out, because you have all the material to do it. You have it in you. Everybody does. We're all made of the same thing, and we can overcome any of these problems or obstacles in our lives, so long as we can depend on ourselves and we can love ourselves. And if you need to cry, cry. It's you. It's your tears. You have every right to.
After over 2 decades of making albums, the members of Rush have a keen perspective on the ebb and flow of trendiness in the music business. Frankly, Alex Lifeson of Rush tells how they seem impervious to the flavor of the month.
Well, you know, I don't think we've ever really depended on anyone outside of our audience for anything. For a long time, Rush was not the kind of band that got much airplay. There was not a lot of interest, usually got bad reviews. A lot of people really hated the band, but there were also a lot of people that did like the band, that were inside the band as much as we are. Rush fans are terrific for that. They've lived with us through so many different stages of our development, and they've taken it quite personally, and that is a great tribute to us, to have that kind of audience that grows with us. You know, I think a lot of our audience would say that there are things that they don't like that we've done, but they're vocal about it, and they'll still wait for the next record to see where we go with it. I mean, you have to have that support if you want to exist as long as we've existed. We do everything the way we feel we should do it. We don't have a management or a record company or anybody in the studio when we work. When we make a record, we make it for ourselves. We make it the way we think it's supposed to be. And we've had this audience that agrees with us for this long period of time. you know, we've been outside of trends. We've been outside of the mainstream. I think if there ever was an alternative band, it's been us. For 2 decades, we've been alternative to just about everything that's been going on. So, you know, the combination of those things, being able to do things the way you believe they should be done, having an audience that believes in you, has made it easy for us to continue. And we get along very well. We love working together. We love each other as friends. You know, everything is right about Rush.
So how important to Rush's long success is a sense of humor?
Oh, it's the most important thing, and it's not just Rush. It's life in general. You have to be able to laugh a lot to live happily, and fortunately for us, we share a common sense of humor, which is a little bit on the obscure, and we just love being together. We spend 80% of our time laughing when we're together, and that includes when we're working, even when we're on stage. I mean, there's always something that's going on that's inside, that we're chuckling about or having a good time about, and that lifts your spirits and makes life worth living, and you therefore like being around people like that. So that's played a very important part in our longevity.
It was long after midnight when we got to unconditional love. She said, sure, my heart is boundless, but don't push my limits too far. I said, if love is so transcendent, I don't understand these boundaries. She said, just don't disappoint me. You know how complex women are. I'll be around. You don't let me down too far. I'll be around. You don't let me down. It was just before sunrise when we started on tradition road. She said, sure, I'll be your partner, but don't make too many demands. I said, if love has these conditions, I don't understand those songs you love. She said, this is not a love song, this isn't fantasy land. Backwards and wave on a tropical sea is a cold fire. Light in the moonlight on the bedroom floor is a cold fire. Deep flame at the heart of a pawnbroker's diamond is a cold fire. In your eyes as you head for the door is a cold fire. I'll be around. You don't push me down too far. I'll be around. You don't push me down. I'll be around. If you don't push me down too far, I'll be around. If you don't push me down. Wave on a tropical sea is a
That's Rush ripping through the song Cold Fire from the album Counterparts. Like brutal honesty, a cold fire would shed light on a subject but would be devoid of warmth. Next, Alex Lifeson enlightens us on the true life inspiration behind the song Nobody's Hero. In the studio with Counterparts by Rush.
I just ate an entire pizza covered with garlic and onions. Smell anything? Of course not, because I took my breath ashore.
This is George Kennedy, and I'm telling you, gums, mints, sprays, drops, and mouthwashes just cover up bad breath. But Breath Assure gives you clean, fresh breath for hours, guaranteed, or your money back. On my honor, folks, Breath Assure works.
Breath Assure cleans your breath naturally, yeah, from the inside out.
Chris Rock here at the stadium talking about how to enjoy the national pastime. Here's the key. Game slows down, I get to the phone, I dial 1-800-COLLECT and call my brother Tone. It's so cheap, I give him updates and he saves up to 44% every time I call. I call him all game long, except during the 7th inning stretch. That's when I ring my sweetie. Shh, they're playing our song. Dial 1-800-COLLECT and say the people you call up to 44%.
For long distance call savings based on 3-minute AT&T operator dialed interstate call.
You know, in racquetball, a tough serve can send you straight to the locker room, but not nearly as fast as a tough case of athlete's foot.
That's it for me.
You see, you get that itching and cracking, even burning. That's when you want a medicine and act stuff. Boom! Tough Actin Tinactin. Clinically proven Tinactin cures even tough cases of athlete's foot. No wonder it's recommended by pharmacists. Hey, you got a tough case of athlete's foot? Get this! Boom! Tough Actin Tinactin. Use only as directed.
You want fast? I got a twin cam with 16 valves. That's nothing. I just got a V8. But you should see what my brother's driving. The family station wagon. Very funny. Actually, it's pretty hot. Yeah? What's he got under the hood? A nuclear reactor. What? He drives a submarine. He's in the Navy. Cool.
For more information on high-tech training that may put you in the driver's seat of a nuclear submarine, call 1-800-USA-NAVY. You in the Navy, full speed ahead. Paid for by the U.S. Navy.
It's out with the old and in with the new as the battle of the sexes continues with Jumpin' Jack Josh and the Bottom Dollar Baby.
Don't go to the beach, don't have those cookouts because you don't want to miss the biggest store wars ever.
And what makes you think that?
Because I'm the new kid in town, and no one can beat the High Points prices. Not Lowe's, not Circus City, not the base, not even the Bottom Dollar Baby.
Listen, punk, at Furniture Plus we have the lowest prices in town. Our store is a clearance center with special priced, one-of-a-kind items at or below cost, like a GE TV, just $199. GE air conditioners, GE refrigerators.
High Point is the top clearance center around, Debbie. And at High Point, anyone can buy with no money down and even get $5,000 instant credit.
Furniture Plus offers the same thing, college boy. No money down, $5,000 instant credit, plus Zelix says there are no credit turndowns, and if you buy it today, we'll deliver today.
Well, I can do the same thing, woman, plus I'll give them absolutely no finance charge for 12 months.
The battle of the savings continues this weekend between High Point Furniture on Lejeune Boulevard next to Padgett Toyota and Furniture Plus next to the Ramada Inn. You decide who's going to save you more.
Credit offer subjected to approval and applies to trade area only. See store for complete details.
It's time to tee up, and Indian Trails Golf Course in Grifton is the place. Indian Trails is located less than 20 minutes outside Greenville, off Highway 11. The course is in great shape, with newly resurfaced greens and rates you can afford. Starting in September, Indian Trails has a drive and dine special. Green fees including cart, and a free hot dog for only $15. Indian Trails has a weekday 9-hole special with green fees for $5 after 3 p.m. With a fully stocked snack bar and pro shop, Indian Trails has everything you need. Indian Trails can handle all of your group outings, too. So for your next tee time, call Indian Trails Golf Course at 1-800-830-4822. That's 1-800-830-4822.
Dealer retains rebate in-stock units subject to credit approval. 60-month leases, $13,740 total of payments, $47.58 lease in value. $626, $15,540 total of payments, $62.50 lease in value. Plus tax, license, $89.50 processing. Reduction. While the other dealers are trying to clear out last year's models, New Bern Pontiac Mazda is blowing out the 97s. Right now, brand new 97s are drastically reduced for this special event.
Introduction.
For example, new Burn Pontiac Grand Dams with air conditioning, dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, and more. No money down, no upfront money, absolutely no money out of your pocket. Only $219 a month.
Introduction. Reduction.
Brand new 97 Mazda 626 with air conditioning, dual airbags, stereo, cassette, 50,000-mile warranty, just $249 a month. No money down, no upfront money, absolutely no money out of your pocket. But hurry, with great deals like this, they won't last long. New Bern Pontiac Mazda Sales and Service and Body Shop, Highway 70 East, New Bern.
The magic number is 14 at CNS Furniture in Morehead City. Your furniture is free. That's right, free for 14 months. It's no payment for 14 months and no interest for 14 months. Only at CNS Furniture in Morehead City. That's 1 full year and 2 months before you make one single payment. Buy now and pay later with CNS Furniture's end of the summer clearance. Check out these unheard of prices. Get a big screen 46-inch Magnavox TV for just $9.99. Only at CNS Furniture. Get a washer and dryer for just $5.99. Only at CNS Furniture. Get a 6-piece bedroom suite for just $2.99, only at CNS. Get a sofa and love seat for just $399.99 at CNS Furniture. You can save on computers, riding lawnmowers, air conditioners, and more. And remember, you don't make one single payment for 14 months, and you pay no interest for 14 months. That's right, you don't pay until October 97. That's October 1997, only at CNS Furniture, Highway 70, Morehead City. And remember what Larry says. I'll see you there. CNS Furniture, Highway 70 in Morehead City.
106.5 WSFL.
Hi, this is Alex Lifeson of Rush in the studio with Redbeard.
Thanks, Alex. One of the most powerful yet poignant songs Rush has ever done appears on the album Counterparts, entitled Nobody's Hero. It's based not on fantasy or even fiction, but on real-life experiences of Rush lyricist, drummer Neil Peart. Alex Lifeson of Rush reveals the inspiration for Nobody's Hero.
Well, in one case, it was a friend of his that he'd had in England when he was there. This is, before he joined the band. He was living in London, and he was with a whole circle of friends, and one particular person became very friendly with and learned a lot and really respected the person a lot. And then sometime later, he heard that he died of an illness, and that really struck him. In the other case, he didn't know this particular person, but he knew the family. They lived not far from where he lived, knew the parents and all of that. And she was brutally murdered. So I think it just led him to write about something about the unsung heroes of everyday life and what we can get out of that. We don't need the glory, and we don't need to be put on a pedestal. We just have to be aware of the goodness that everyone has in them, and how to employ that, how to use that every day, and not worry about taking credit for it. The heroes of television or movies are very artificial heroes. It's the people that are working day to day that are the true heroes.
I knew he was different in his sexuality. I went to his parties as a straight minority. It never seemed a threat to my masculinity. He only introduced me to a wider reality.